Hi YouTube family, I'm sorry for leaving you hanging. I had so many great mat workouts. You guys were loving them. You were giving me great feedback. You were saying how challenged and how excited you were for some new workouts, and then I vanished. Well, I moved apartments and I've been living out of boxes for the last couple weeks. Plus I did a bunch of traveling, but we have finally cleared off those boxes and made space for the new home to move with Mojo, which will be my new virtual studio. It's not finished yet. We got to figure out the lighting and some decor pieces, but for today, I really wanted to sit down and give you a good, challenging workout. So that's what we're gonna do. Today's workout is a Pilates strength workout. All you'll need is a pair of light to medium dumbbells. I would recommend anywhere from 2 to 4 pounds. If you have 2 sets, like a 2-pounder and a 4-pounder, I would keep them both close by. That way you can kind of switch off if things feel too light or too heavy. You can even go to 5 pounds for some of the upper body stuff. So grab your dumbbells, keep them close by, and let's get started with a nice warm up. For our warm up, I want you to find a nice tall spine. So you're gonna find those sit bones, sit up nice and tall here, engage your core, and I want you to find a nice rotation. We're gonna start with some thoracic work. So getting a nice rotation to our upper body. It's almost like we're trying to screw our shoulders off of our hips here. So I want you to exhale, find a rotation, and then we're gonna inhale, come back to center. We'll exhale, find that rotation again on the other side. Inhale, come back to center. If you've watched a few of my workouts, you will notice that I like to stick to very similar warm-up practices, usually include some form of spinal rotation, just because if you're doing this after a long day or when you first wake up, you don't really get a lot of rotation in. So it's really nice to work on that rotation, make sure your body is primed for the work that we're gonna do today, because we're gonna do some rotation work in our strength training portion of today's workout as well. So we're just getting that nice rotation. And you may notice after a couple reps here, you're able to get a little bit deeper with that twist a little bit more. You're keeping your sit bones anchored down here. So you're pressing those sit bones down into your mat. Let's do 2 more each side. We twist. Not forgetting about your breath, even though I am yapping through it. You should still be thinking about that nice exhale as you twist. Inhale as you bring it in. Last one on each side. And twist. Perfect. Now we're going to get some lateral movement of our spine. I want you to take your right fingertips and you're going to walk your fingertips out to the side. So let's walk those fingertips out, and I want you to just reach your left hand up. Feel that nice stretch. Try to get a nice curve to your spine as you bend yourself over here. And we're going to bring some breath into this upper rib. So nice inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really try to sit into it. Again, anchoring that left sit bone down so we're not lifting our hips up here. 3 more. On the last one, we're going to do a fun little transition here. I want you to square off your shoulders towards your mat, and I want you to do a big reach, sweep over, fold forward, and then find that left side. Same thing. Get some breath into that top lung. Last 2. See if you can reach those fingertips out a little bit more, get more of a curve, more of a bend. Last one. And break. Give yourself a second. Let's roll those shoulders out. And we're going to come to all fours for a few cat-cows here. Little flexion and extension of our spine. So find your knees right underneath your hips, wrists right underneath your shoulders. Start with engaged abdominals, and then I want you to relax. Let your belly hang. Pull, brace your core, pull everything in. Active core, hold for 1, 2, and then release, big pregnant cat belly. Pull everything in. And then release, inhale, create space into that belly. 3 more. You may be able to see on the camera the shape of my belly changing. As I exhale, I'm zippering everything up, pulling it in, keeping my ribs together, keeping my spine really flat, and then I inhale and I release that belly like I had a full meal. Perfect. Now let's get some hip circles going here. So I want you to send your hips back, lean over to the side, come forward, and repeat. Let's do 3 more. It's okay if you start to feel some maybe cracking in those hips. Very normal. My doctor always says, as long as it's not painful, it's just air passing through your joints. A little snap, crackle, pop, never hurt anybody. Last one. And let's reverse. 2, and one. Really try to sit your hips to the side. Perfect. Let's do a couple cat-cows from here. So I want you to extend through your back. And then I want you to round, pull everything in. Let's sync it with our breath. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That's 2. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. So hopefully you got some nice movement of your spine during that warm up. We're gonna grab our dumbbells. Let's actually just start with one dumbbell here. I want you to meet me back in that quadruped position. We're gonna grab the dumbbell with our left hand. Our right leg is gonna float out behind us with a full extension, and our left arm goes straight, and then we bring everything back down. Reach it out long, trying to keep that spine as straight as we can. Out and in. 5 more here. Reach. Squaring off those shoulders, squaring off those hips. Last 3. Core pulls in really tight to stabilize that spine. And 1. On the next one, I want you to hold it out. Ankles straight, arms straight, legs straight, core in really tight, point those toes. We're gonna go out to the side, and then we're gonna squeeze to pull everything back to center. Out to the side. We squeeze to pull, stabilize that core, you got it? I know this one gets tough. Last 3. Zipping everything to the midline. Last 2. And 1. Great job. Give yourself a little second here. Now I want you to add in some of that cat-cow motion that we had from our last series along with this dumbbell. So I want you to come in with the dumbbell, tuck everything round, knee towards your nose, and then I want you to reach, and we're gonna keep a bent knee on this one as we go back. So it's like a donkey kick. As we send it back, we squeeze our glutes, really rounding through that spine, not extending through our spine. So I want your back to go back to neutral. Round. Last 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. Give yourself a second here. We're gonna hold. You can plant both of your hands down. We're gonna hold that 90-degree bend with that right leg. I want you to extend your toes out straight, keeping that leg straight. Hamstring curl, we bring it in. Shortening that hamstring. Try to stay out from sinking in your shoulders here. So corkscrew those hands down into your mat. Keep your toes pointed. You curl it back. You extend it out. Last 3. We have 2. Keep that knee nice and high. And 1. We're going to keep that right leg out straight. Now I want you to give me a tricep push-up. Try to kiss your forehead down to your mat. Let your ankle go up high like a human seesaw. Press it down. Last 4 here. We have 3. Last 2, you got this. Squeeze that glute. Last 1. And break, take a second. Shake it out. Let's pass that dumbbell to our right hand, same series on our right side. So we start from that quadruped position. Take a second and roll out those wrists if you need to. I know it can be a lot for some people on those wrists for a bit. Feel free to take any breaks that you need. So on this next one, we are gonna start in that quadruped position. Right hand goes out straight, left leg goes out straight. We bring everything down. Big exhale as we reach it out. Keeping that arm really straight. Remember, your core is your stabilization key here. Last one. We're gonna hold it out. Remember, we go away from that midline. We squeeze everything back. Hold here, we go out. Left foot comes out to the left side, right arm goes out to the right side. We come back to center. Try to keep that dumbbell lifted, try to keep that arm lifted. At any point if you need to, you can drop that dumbbell. I'm shaking and quaking. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Whew. That side was much harder than our other side. All right, let's switch it up. We're holding onto that dumbbell still here. We're bringing that knee towards our nose, bringing the dumbbell in, and then we're gonna reach it out, keeping that left knee bent. So we go back for that donkey kick. Perfect, we're dropping it down. Last one. Whew. Give yourself a second, hold that knee up here. We curl it out, we point those toes. Sorry, plant, I am kicking you in the process. Reach it out, nice, stick with it. Extend, reach it back. Last one, and break, bring it down. Give yourself a second here. Now we have those tricep push-ups. So we're gonna keep our arms in nice and narrow. We're gonna extend that left leg out straight. We hold here. We kiss our forehead down to the mat. Human seesaw, forehead comes down, ankle flies up to the sky. Press to the heels of your hand, big exhale as you press. 7 more. Last 4, you got this. 2, and 1. Great job. Next up, we got some planking. So really shake out your wrists to prepare here. You have the option to do this modified down on your knees, or you can go to your toes. You're gonna grab both of your dumbbells here. I'm gonna show you the modified variation. So if you're down on those knees, I want you to tuck your pelvis under, send your hips forward. Your hips are staying really still here. You're gonna row, pull that dumbbell up. Try not to rock side to side, and switch. We have 10 on each side. Keep your core in really tight. And you're exhaling as you pull to row that elbow back and send it down. And same thing, if you're in that full plank, you're rowing all the way up. Try not to shift too much side to side. Not letting your hips swing here, really keeping everything controlled. We have 4 more. I'm dropping down to my knees because I need it today. I'm never shy about showing you guys the modifications. Modifications are your best friend. They are not the enemy. They're the best way to make sure you're getting proper form, great range of motion, then you can progress to the full. I hate seeing people that are doing Pilates from a place of ego, where they just want to be up on their toes like everybody else, but a lot of times they're compromising form. Last one here. And break, take a second. We're gonna go back up to a plank position, and I want you to reach your dumbbell towards your opposite toe. So we go to full plank, you reach it back, and then you bring it down. If you're feeling like doing extra credit today, you're gonna give me a push-up in between. And you go down to that full plank. Give me 5 more each side. Lower your hips down, make sure those hips aren't high. You're not keeping them high, that they're lowering in between each. Reaching down. The lower the better. If you have more hamstring flexibility, you'll be able to get really close to your ankles. Last 2 on each side. Really reach for those ankles. Last one. Lower it down. and take a breather. Drop your knees down. We're gonna give our wrists a bit of a break here. So I want you to come down to your right elbow and down to your right hip. You're gonna meet me with stacked knees, so your knees are on top of each other. Bend to your hips here, so your hips are back. You have a nice almost 90-degree bend from the top of your knees to your shoulders. Your elbow is right underneath your shoulder. You're gonna grab that dumbbell with your left hand. What I want you to do is press out through the outside of your right knee and through your right elbow. You're gonna extend that left leg long and you're gonna reach that dumbbell up to the sky. We have 10 of these. We reach it up and lower it down. Perfect. Big exhale and lower. Gaze at that dumbbell as you reach up to the sky. Really press out. We want this to be outer glute work, so I want you to really press out through that lower body, not just your upper body. We have 4. Lower it down with control. Last 3. Last 2. Really beating up my plant today. Last 1. Little mini break in between. Next one, we're gonna hold it high. Your arm goes up to the sky with that dumbbell. You're gonna give me little circles, 5 circles in each direction with that top leg. Let's do it together in 3, 2, 1. Lift everything up. We lift for 3 or 5, 4, 3. Try to keep your hips square. 2 and 1. Reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Hold it up if you can. Little hip lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You got this. Last 3, 2 and 1. Whew. Let's switch sides. Great work. We're gonna stick with 1 dumbbell. We're back down to now our left elbow, left hip. Knees are stacked. Body's ready. No surprises here. We know what's coming next. We're starting with those lifts and lower. Remember, you're pushing out, outside with that outer left knee. Take a second, and when you're ready, you're gonna meet me there. Let's do this. Reach it all the way up. Big exhale, press. Lower it down. Sometimes the second side feels harder because you know how many reps and you know how it started to burn at the end. But it also feels a little bit easier because you know there's no surprises. I don't know, it's always hard for me. The mental gymnastics I have to do. I like to break up sets of 10 in sets of 5, 2 sets of 5 instead of a full set of 10. Last 3 here. Really root outside of that knee. Remember to help us lift. 2 and 1. Mini break if you need it. Take a second. We got those holds with our circles, 5 in each direction. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Lift it all the way up. Hold. Dumbbell straight to the sky. Really extend. Point those toes. 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 5, 4, 3. Core in tight. And 1. Lifts. Keep it lifted. Little hip lifts. 3, 2, and 1. Ah! Not to scream in your ears, but boy, oh boy, am I feeling it. All right, great work. So we're gonna start down on our back with a roll up, but a weighted roll up. So you're gonna grab a single dumbbell, or you can double it up if you want an extra challenge here. What I want you to do, same thing you would do with a regular roll up. So I want you to start with your arms extended straight. We're gonna nod through our chin. I want you to reach, lifting. You're reaching that dumbbell towards your toes, trying to create a really big C curve through your spine. You reach it forward, and then I want you to slowly articulate down, 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 and lower it back. And then as you go back for your first one, I want your arms to go all the way back behind your head. So exhale, bring that dumbbell forward. Keep it off your thighs. Roll through your spine. Reach towards your toes. Reach, 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 reach. And then slowly articulate back. Think about that string of pearls on a desk. I always like to use that analogy, or on a table. Keeping your arms pretty straight this entire time. Your arms go back. Activate your lats to help you pull that dumbbell forward and roll up. Let's do 6 more here. This is just your warm up for your core. So that weighted sit up, the slower you go down, the more challenging you will make it for yourself. Activate your lats to pull it forward. We have 5. Last one. We're gonna hold it here. I want you to straighten out your spine, raise that dumbbell above your head, and I want you to pulse here for 10, 9, keep your back flat, 8, 7, 6, root through your legs to keep you grounded, 4, no articulation, just a hinge back, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower it down. Give yourself a second here. We're now gonna take our knees into tabletop here. We're gonna do a knee stretch variation with a dumbbell. We're gonna pass the dumbbell around our body. So make sure you have enough room to pass the dumbbell above your head here. So I want you to curl yourself up. You're gonna pass it behind your legs, then you're gonna reach it back, lower your head down, and bring it up. So modification, keep those knees in tabletop. We're gonna do 8 in each direction. The challenge option, so we have 3 done. Whoop. That's 4. Then we're gonna switch direction. Challenge option would be to extend those legs. So as you pass, you extend those legs when you go back, and then you bring everything in. Try to keep that head off the ground if you can, not go all the way down for an extra challenge. And now let's reverse, switch it around. Pass that dumbbell the other way, curl yourself up. Knee towards your nose. 3 more. 2. And 1. Great work. Give yourself a second. We're still working with that single dumbbell. We're now going to take it into our inner thighs. So I want you to squeeze the dumbbell really hard. I like to place it right below the bony structures of my knee. So it's kind of hard for you to see from here. So it's right about here on my legs. And I'm gonna give it a tight squeeze to keep it in place. So the first thing I want you to do, holding a curl. So I want you to reach your hands forward, and you can kind of have a little bit of a diamond shape where you connect the soles of your feet. We're gonna hold this curl, and you're gonna give me 15 toe taps. Toes go down. Exhale as you come up. Squeeze that dumbbell to keep it in place. That's 5. 10 more, you got it. See if you can lift your shoulder blades up a little bit higher for this. You can support your head with your hands if you need to, as long as it's not making you fall back here. I want you to hold that curl up shape. Give me 8 more. Really tap those toes down. Last 3. Last 2. Slow and controlled, not letting that back come off that mat. I want you to keep that core in tight. Last one, take a second here and breathe. From here, we're gonna take those knees into tabletop. We're gonna get a little oblique action. So I want you to use your hands down by your side as an anchor here. Wearing a hair clip today was a bad idea. You're gonna let your knees swing to one side, and I want you to squeeze through that opposite oblique. Bring yourself back up. Knees fall to one side. Squeeze through. So when my knees fall to the right side, I'm using my left side oblique to come back up. When my knees fall to the left, I'm using my right side oblique. Once I reach a range of motion that feels challenging, exhale, bring everything back in. Give me 6 more each side. It's okay if your hip lifts a little bit here, but try not to let your whole spine peel off. So try to just isolate your hips as you lower. Exhaling as we come up. Inhaling as we lower. Last 3. Try not to rock using any momentum here. Really squeeze that dumbbell. And of course, at any point, you can get rid of the dumbbell if it feels too spicy. 2. 2. And 1. Let's make it our best one. Lower it down with control. As slow as you can. Low, 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 low. Exhale, squeeze through that oblique. Bring it back. Low, 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 low. Last one here. Squeeze. Don't let those knees fall without control. and bring it back. Give yourself a second. We're gonna go all the way back down flat again here, and I want you to take the dumbbell in your left hand. We are going to take that dumbbell, meet it towards our right ankle as we lift, and lower yourself down. You're gonna give me 10 on each side. Exhale, lift, reach for those toes. Slowly lower yourself down with control. 8, 7, big exhale. Really rotate, chopping across your body. That's 5, 4, 3. I'm just using my fingers here. 2, to make sure that my core is staying nice and tight and I feel that brace. Last one. And lower it down. Let's switch sides quickly. 10 on the other. We grab that dumbbell with our right hand. We reach it up. It's okay if one side feels a little bit more challenging than the other. I want you not to just fly that dumbbell up, but think about your lats here as you pull everything towards that ankle. Last 5. You got this. Nice work. Last 3. Last 2. And 1 big crunch up. And lower it down. Take a second. From here, we're gonna go straight into some lower and upper body work. We're gonna do some bridging. So I want you to grab both of your dumbbells here, meet them together like you're trying to meet your knuckles together, and bring them to your chest. I want you to start with your heels. I want you to plant firmly through your heels, no articulation. So we're gonna hip thrust with a flat back straight to the sky, and we're gonna press those dumbbells to the ceiling. Let's do it together. We have 10 here. We reach it up, and we lower it down. Little tap. You can keep your glutes in a hover if you want more of a challenge. Last 5 here. Really squeeze to activate through your glutes. We're rooting through those heels. And 1, we're gonna hold high here. Now I want you to bend your elbows back. You're gonna give me a tricep extension as you lower your hips down. And then we're gonna hip thrust, press to the sky. We're still using those heels. Firing up the back of our arms while we do this. 7 more. Big reach. Make sure you're not rocking your pelvis too far forward, that you're keeping nice alignment of your spine. Last 4. Last 3. We reach it up. For 2, we're going to hold it high. Little pulses coming up. Last 1. Let's do it together. Hold it high. Little pulses of your arms and your glutes. We have 15. Last 10. Really squeeze. Try to lift a little higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 last squeeze. Lower it down. Give yourself a second. Shake it out. We're going to go to those toes now, and I want you to take it to a chest fly. So we are going to softly bend our elbows. It's almost like you're trying to meet your fingertips together. It's like a hug a tree position, but we're going to stay on the balls of our feet here. So you're going to bridge yourself up, meet those knuckles together, lower it down. Remember, keep those glutes in a hover if you want more of a challenge. We have 10 here. Exhale. Why do I always forget not to wear hair clips when I'm filming these classes? Oh my goodness. Hair may need to come down because this hair clip is not comfy. Last 5. 4. We're going to hold it high. 3. 2. And 1. We hold it high, meet those knuckles together. Give me pulses just of your hips. We got 20 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 10, 9. Lift those heels a little higher. Don't let those hips slack. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We hold those hips high. Just your dumbbells. You come down. 10, 9, 8. A little higher with your hips. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come all the way down. Take a second. From here, we're gonna move to single leg. So I want you to raise your left foot to the sky. We're just using our right heel. We're going back to our heel here. So you're gonna reach your left toes to the sky. As you reach, you are going to give me a hammer curl with those dumbbells. What a hammer curl is just a horizontal bicep curl, or vertical bicep curl, I should say. So you're gonna keep the dumbbells, the edges of the dumbbells down towards your mat. We're gonna bridge up through our heel and lower it down. It's almost like someone's pulling your ankle up to the sky here. 7 more. 6. If you want more of a challenge, you don't let those elbows touch the mat with your upper body. 5. 4. 3. 2. We're gonna punch those dumbbells to the sky. 1, bring it up, punch the dumbbells to the sky. Now with your left toes, I want you to go down and sweep it up. We're gonna point our toes down. We're gonna flex it up. 8 more. Point and flex. Try to keep those hips high. Point and flex. 7 more. 5. We have 4. 3. You got it. Lift a little higher through that right side. 2 and 1. Lower it down. Take a second. Shake it out. And let's switch sides. We're going back to those hammer curls. Remember, you can leave your elbows in a hover to make it a little bit harder because you don't have that anchoring of your mat, or you can keep your elbows down. So we're reaching our right foot up to the sky here. We're bridging ourselves all the way up, single leg bridge. We go up. Someone's pulling your ankle to the sky. Two more. And 1, we hold, we push those dumbbells to the ceiling. We go down with those toes and up, down and up. Lift a little higher with that left heel. Pointing as you go down. I was just doing it wrong, so I had to remind myself. Flexing as you come up. Some of the cues are for you guys, but a lot of the cues that I give are actually just me talking out loud to myself. Like the form cues, obviously, because I can't see you. Last 3. 2, lift higher for this last 1. And break, lower down, take a second. Shake it side to side. We're gonna finish this bridge series with a little froggy bridge. So I want you to take the outsides of your feet, meet them to the mat. You're gonna connect your feet here, knees really wide, dumbbells start at your hips. I want you to bridge yourself up, shoulder raise to the sky, tap your glutes down. We got 20 here. Really focus on your outer glutes as you hip thrust up. Squeezing as much as you can. Almost halfway there. Big exhale at the top, squeeze. Feel those shakes if they're coming. Last 3. 2 of this set. Last 1. I told you guys I like to break up high numbers. So now we go down for 10. For 9. You got this. Keep that good form. Keep those knees nice and wide. 6. Last 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Best one, bring it down. For this next one, I want you to meet me in a kneeling position, and I want you to crisscross those dumbbells, or if you have a heavier dumbbell that you can use, feel free to grab it now. You're gonna extend your right leg, you're gonna root through your left knee on the mat. I want you to bring your right fingertips behind your ear. We're gonna lower those dumbbells down. Now key here, we're not just bending and extending. See why we did that lateral flexion movement in our warm-up today? So it's not just movement from that curve. I want you to really think about using your obliques to help you lift these dumbbells away from the mat. From there, you're gonna lift them up. Once you reach the top, you're gonna give me a bicep curl. And then we're gonna add a couple layers. So, starting with your hips really square towards the front of the room, you have that right leg extended, rooting through your left knee. If you need more cushion for your knee, feel free, fold your mat over or grab some extra cushion. From here, square hips, fingertips behind our ear, we go down really slow. Try to get to a 5 count. And I want you to slowly exhale, isolating. And you feel the difference when you think about using that oblique. Once you reach the top, back to your starting position, we curl to bring it up. Let's lower it back down. We have 10 of these. And curl. Lower it down. And curl. Great job. 7 more. And curl. Keeping that spine nice and long until we add in that bend. Last 3. 2. Controlled movement of those dumbbells as well, so no momentum. Last 1, bring it up. We're gonna do the same side bend here, except now instead of that bicep curl, I want you to punch those dumbbells across your body. Use your core here. I want you to rotate to go towards that right leg. So let's do it together. 10 here, we go down. Really slow, try to reach that 5 count. Exhale, lift. Once we reach the top, we punch across. Great job. Slowly lower it down. We punch across. Try to keep those hands nice and lifted, or that hand, I should say, nice and lifted. If the punch across feels too heavy, just do 1 dumbbell and bring it down. Four more together. Make sure you reach that 10. 2. Great work. And 1. Pull it in. Great job. Let's switch sides. Same thing on our other side. So from here, rooting through our right knee, grabbing onto our stacked weights or heavier weight, starting with square hips, full extension of that left leg, left fingertips come behind our ears, we reach down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come up really slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use that mind muscle connection. We have 9 more. Oop, and bicep curl at the top. Go down nice and slow. Exhale as we come up, we bicep curl. Bring it up. It's okay if one side feels a little bit stronger than the other. That is very normal. Two more before we do that cross-body punch. And lower it down. Remember, you can drop a dumbbell as needed. So you're lowering it down again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you come up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You punch across your body with control. If you feel like you're kind of flailing that arm, drop that weight. I would much rather you do it with better form than compromise here. Last 5. Stay strong, keep those hips forward. Try not to rock, keep that core really solid, especially as you punch across your body to give you that balance. 2 more. And 1. So for this next one, I want you to get back into activating your glutes here. Curl your toes under. We're gonna grab those dumbbells. You're gonna give me a hip thrust, and you're gonna give me a shoulder raise. Squeeze your glutes as you come up, and then send it back down to a hover to your heels. Squeeze, raise. My glutes are shaking because they've already done a little bit of work today. Nothing wrong with a little shaking, as long as you still feel like you have control of your body. When the shakes get too big and you can't keep good form, that's when you have a problem. Last 5, squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. I want you to hold it here. I'm actually going to twist towards you so you can see me. Hold those arms long. Give me 6 circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, semicircle on each side, 2, and 1. Great job. Okay, we're gonna finish with some standing work, of course. Little upper body, little functional core, little lower body. So we're gonna do some reverse lunges. I want you to take your left foot forward. Right foot is going to be the one behind you. You're gonna find a nice 90-degree bend. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see my body positioning here. So left foot forward, right foot back. We are going to take our dumbbells. They're gonna come on either side of our shin. Both knees come to about 90 degrees. Big exhale. I want you to reach, find your balance, reach those dumbbells up to the sky. Let's do 15 of those together. Functional core is that bracing of your core as you reach the dumbbells above your head, making sure you're not arching through your back. You can pick up the pace a little bit here as long as you're moving with control. Last 10. Last 9. You got it. Stay balanced. 6. 5. 4. Last 3. We're gonna hold it low for 2. And 1, we hold it low. Dumbbells come low. We're gonna tap that right foot behind and bring it out. 10, stay low. 9, you got this. 8, 7, ooh, I'm feeling it. 6, get a little lower for 5, 4, back stays flat. 3, best one yet. 2, and 1. Give that booty a little pat if you need it. And let's quickly switch sides. Transition here. Shake out that left, right foot coming forward. We have those dumbbells on either side of our shin. We're stepping that left foot back. Both knees come to 90. Big exhale. Bring it all the way up. 15 of these. Last 10. You have 6, 5, 4. Really launch off that right leg. 3, we hold it low. 2. And 1, we bring it down nice and low. We go outside, we come back. Breathe through it. Stay low, try not to round through your back. Try not to bring your chest too close to that quad. You're really bending through that right leg. Stay honest with your count. I got 6 more. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Break. Oh, me oh my. All right, we're coming down to the floor for one last ab burner. Catch your breath. We're gonna grab both of our dumbbells. I want you to meet me with your feet lifted. We're gonna find a balance of our tailbone. Arms are out to start. You're gonna row to one side like a bow and arrow and meet in the middle. Give me 10 on each side. Pull that elbow back. Keep the balance of your tailbone. We have 8 more. Exhale as you meet those dumbbells together. Last 3, 2, and 1. Really reach, twist, and come back to center. Hold, keep those legs lifted. I want you to reach your right leg out straight. Come back to center. Let your chest go down a little, but try not to go all the way down to the floor. Hold that weight at your chest to find it more challenging. You got this. We have 10 total each side. I have 6 more here. Hopefully you're close to me. 5, reach it out. Exhale. 3, point those toes. 2. Last one. and break. Bring it down. Give yourself a second. We're gonna come all the way down. Last move of class. You got it. We made it to the end. Bring those knees into tabletop. We're gonna do a single leg stretch with our dumbbells. I want you to reach your right leg out. This time I want you to curl, meet those dumbbells together, bring it back down. 10 on each side. Only 9 more. 9 more between you and this cool down. Really try to pull your shoulder blades up. 6. 6, you got this. 5. 5. Really reach that opposite leg really low. 4. That's 3. Quicken the pace a little if you can. That's 2. Fighting for my life. Hopefully you are too. Last 1. Whew. And we are done. Great work today, guys. Hopefully you're glistening like me. Thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for giving it your all. Make sure you cool down, stretch out, give your body whatever it needs. Great work today. I had so much fun doing this one with you guys. Leave any requests, any feedback you got, and I'm gonna keep these coming.